Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
This is the Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, January the 15th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and gosh, it's hard to believe the first month of 2011 is already half over. Our sky cam this morning kind of shows a few clouds in the sky over Birmingham, although much of the state is clear this morning. The clouds a little more obvious down at Tuscaloosa as we're looking out over the stadium over there. And then a little bit of snow still on the ground. Actually, that looks like a fairly good amount of snow on the ground up at Mount Cheehaw. Boy, I sure wished I'd been up there for that storm. It is still cold across the eastern part of the country, but we're generally seeing a bit of a warming trend, although the warming trend may be somewhat short-lived. Across the southeastern United States, we're under a surface high-pressure system, but you can see that there's a large high up over Canada, so more cold air is on our way. We're still under a bit of a long-wave trough over the eastern part of the country, and as we talked about last Sunday, there is a little short-wave trough coming through northern Mexico, and that'll be a little too far south to give us any serious issues, but it will bring us some rain. Most of that rain coming in the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Looks like primarily Tuesday, but perhaps Monday we'll see some, and then Tuesday is the main event, and then the rain is out of here by Wednesday. This is the 060 GFS model run. And with the absence of any really major features to deal with, except for some rain and a slight warming trend, we're not going to get back to where we ought to be for January. High pressure centered over basically the lower Mississippi River Valley for today. And again, the clouds will be on the increase just a little bit. Here comes that little shortwave trough out of northern Mexico, but it is pretty far south. So the bottom line is it will generate some precipitation over the northwestern Gulf and into Texas. That little short wave moves across the northern Gulf, but of course it is considerably further south than what the last short wave was that brought us the winter weather. So a bulk of the precipitation Monday will be in the northern Gulf of Mexico, approaching Florida, with some precipitation up this way. I'd classify that pretty much as some light rain. That first short wave heads out into the Atlantic over the Virginia coast, but another impulse is coming through the flow over Oklahoma and northern Texas. So that takes the surface low up into the mid-Atlantic states, and that brings us some colder air coming with that next short wave. Of course, that short wave zips by fairly quickly as the flow remains relatively fast on Wednesday, and so we should finally clear out with much of the precipitation out of here by Wednesday, and we return to some sunshine, at least partly cloudy skies. However, by Thursday, you can see that we still have a strong long wave trough over the eastern part of the country with a number of different little impulses coming through that flow, none of them having a lot of moisture, but certainly bringing colder air, as we can see by looking at the 540 line as just a marker, at least, with the 540 line down into the West Tennessee, northern Arkansas area. By Friday, the long wave trough is certainly well established once again over the eastern half of the country, so we stay somewhat chilly as we chill down one more time after a kind of a nice warm-up, and we stay chilly with the surface high coming in from Illinois on Saturday the 22nd. Looking out further into Voodoo country, the flow remains pretty active with a general trough over the eastern part of the country. This is Thursday the 27th. Another short wave moving through the flow that's going to bring us some precipitation, but it does not look like it will be any kind of winter weather event. And then not much change as we head out and look out already to the end of January. And certainly the cold pattern with the trough over the eastern part of the country and that nice north or northwesterly fetch bringing cold air down into the central part of the country, certainly still there. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Xtreme video. I expect to have the next one posted by 8 o'clock or so on Sunday morning. In the meantime, I hope that you have a wonderful Saturday and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part
sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.